Hey, good morning. I'm Joshua Christensen. Hey, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about this morning about leveling up in 2021 and something that's been really bothering me. I want to kind of get real with you this morning, if that's okay. Um, Over the last few years, there's been this big ongoing debate about raising our minimum wage to $15. Now, I've been thinking a lot about the big $15 minimum wage debate, and this isn't really a political rant, but it's more of an American tale. So if you'll just indulge me for a minute this morning, that'd be awesome. So, when I was 15 years old, I started working as a grocery store courtesy clerk, sacking groceries, and man, I earned an amazing $3.85 an hour for every hour that I gave them. I loved it when people would tip me that extra dollar or that extra $2. It was a little extra something in my pocket. But after a good 2 week pay period, when I first started, I learned about the disappointment of taxes and income tax, and I was excited if I could earn $100 in those 2 weeks. That was back in the 80s, right? Now, when I was 19, I picked up a few skills and I was starting to earn $9 an hour. And man, boy, did I think I arrived. Man, my boss told me that if I worked hard, I'd be able to take a supervisory role at $13 to $15 an hour. And man, that lit a fire under me. It was like, man, okay, so if I work harder, I can actually, you know, I can earn a lot more. Well, I go from 19 to 22, and I was drunk and high for most of that time. I partied a lot and kind of screwed around quite a bit, and didn't accomplish much. But then I moved to Albuquerque, and I kind of started over at 22. I got my first job in banking as a part-time teller, earning $6.75. That was in 1996, so 25 years ago. And again, my boss encouraged me and said that if I work hard and I learn banking, I could move up. So in my first 6 months, I earned four promotions and five raises, if you can imagine that. I went to $11 an hour in the first 6 months that I worked at the bank. And I mean, that was phenomenal at the time, right? Well, then I got married at age 25, and I was earning $12 an hour at that point. I continued working hard, and by age 26, I was promoted to bank manager, and I nearly doubled my income. Man, at that point, I'm making close to $40,000 a year, and I'm thinking, man, this is okay. I'm doing really well. I'm just killing it here. Um, by age 28, I took over our mortgage department, and again, I almost doubled my income. And that allowed my wife to quit her job and come home to raise our daughters, which was a really big goal we had, you know. Fast forward 20 years and look at where we're at today. I'm currently building three companies. I've got a few employees that I've been able to create jobs for, and we're still small companies, but we've got goals to create more jobs and increase our personal revenue along with that. And I say this not to boast and not to brag, but if you'll notice that through this journey and throughout my lifetime, there wasn't any college mentioned. I didn't get my college degree. I didn't get my bachelor's degree until I was in my early 40s. And that was primarily because I felt like I needed to go back and finish it. But it's not something that I've used throughout my career to further my career. I just worked hard, and I've had this determined spirit to live differently than just accepting the minimum. See, I saw things that I couldn't afford, and man, I work hard every day to afford them. I don't think the answer is in reducing the price of what I want. The answer is in increasing the value that I provide so that I've got the money to go get the things I want, right? I realize that America is the greatest nation in the world, and provides the opportunities to anybody who wants to go get them. See, the American spirit of hard work that leads to reward is real. And I learned a long time ago that the people who earn the most add the most value to society. And in order to earn more, man, I've got to grow. It's my responsibility to grow as an individual. I've got to grow my skills, and I've got to continue to add more value than I receive. See, am I wrong to think that increasing the minimum wage to a living wage will devalue the reward that comes from hard work? You know, am I wrong to think that raising the minimum wage will create a workforce of minimum thinkers who don't have to add value, and they won't add value in the future? And does raising the minimum actually demoralize and degrade an already beaten down people? I think it does. So, you know, does raising the minimum send a message that people cannot improve on their own merit? You know, they can't work hard. They're not going to be able to do it themselves. There's an old Chinese proverb that says, you give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day, but you teach a man to fish and he'll eat for a lifetime. I believe in feeding people for a lifetime. This $15 an hour minimum wage is basically just feeding somebody for a day. And rather than devalue and demoralize the American people, man, I'd say let's empower and enrich our great nation through intentionally teaching and training our people. Let's believe in our people that they can do more. They can be more. You know, for those who choose to work, theirs is the reward. For those who wait for others to give it to them, man, theirs is a life of suffering, regardless of what the minimum wage is. So let's return to a spirit of strong work ethic, innovation, and drive. Let's promote the value of our people beyond just minimum standards. No, I don't believe in raising the wage. I don't believe that that's the answer to improve Americans. No, I believe that raising the standards by which people see themselves will lead to our people becoming more, adding more to our society, and therefore earning more on their own merit. See, when our leaders believe in the American spirit, then we'll see a people grow out of poverty. I'm going to leave you with this. Just ask this question and think about this. Over the last 25 years, as our entitlement programs in housing, in insurance programs, in food stamps and things like that, as these entitlement programs have grown to support our low-income Americans, has the poverty level in our nation increased, or has it actually decreased during that time? Guys, here's to leveling up in 2021. I wish you the best. If you want more, go get more. There's nothing stopping you except the limitations that you set on yourself. Leveling up is just about changing your mind. It's your mind power. It's working harder. It's believing something different. It's believing more in yourself than what you thought was possible yesterday. Man, I know you can do this, and I know you can do it because I was a drunk, high idiot in my early 20s. I didn't have any direction, but I wanted something different for my life. And I'm continuing to strive for something different in my life. And I hope you will too. Guys, make it a great day. And here's to a great, great start to 2021.